Happy weekend. This yoga stretch is really a stretch for anyone who is injured, is new to exercise, doesn't really like exercise, but you know that moving for 10 minutes is going to change your day. So here we go. Let's start with a chair or in a seated position, and we are going to shrug our shoulders up and to the back, okay? And do it as much or as little as you would like. What feels good to you? One of the most important things you can do during this stretch right here is a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth if you can. Okay. Now we're going to just gently move our head side to side in whatever way feels comfortable. See if you have any tight spots and kind of lean into that just a little bit. Again, a deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth. Okay, now we're going to do some light wrist circles. My wrists are cracking a lot. And then let's go back the other way. And now let's take one hand to the bench, or if you're in a chair, that's fine, just set it on the edge for balance, and then we're just going to reach up overhead if this feels comfortable. Sometimes if you have a shoulder injury, it's good to palm up so that way you can get some flow through here, which helps to raise up high. You might just be stretching here, and that's fine. And then let's try to go over as much as you can where you feel the stretch in your side body here. Deep breath in. Let it out. And then next arm. Feel the stretch in your side body here. This arm can relax. Hopefully you took a deep breath with me. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to straighten out our leg, right leg, and then we're going to, if you, as far as you can with your back straight, you're going to reach forward, and you can use your other leg for support. Try to keep your head not here or here, but in line with your spine. And if you can only come to here because that's how much you can come forward with your back straight, that's fine. I'm trying to feel a little bit of a stretch in your hamstring and your calf here. If you can touch your toes, go ahead. If not, don't. Okay. Take a deep breath as we switch legs here. Same thing. Let's try to keep our head in line with our spine as we come forward gently as far as we can with our back straight. Ooh, see this one, I can't touch my toes unless I want to round my back, which, you know, if you really want to touch your toes and round your back, you go right ahead. Okay. Nice job, everybody. And now what we're going to do is just pedal your feet for a second. Trying to get some blood flow to our legs here. You can just point your toes a little bit. You can even roll your ankles. Okay, that's good. Now what I would like to do before we go much further is a hip stretch. It's really good if you sit all day. This is going to feel really nice. So we'll have our leg up here, and then we will just gently do the same motion where you're keeping head in line with spine and coming forward only as much as feels comfortable, in that hip. Deep breath in. Let it out. Okay, let's switch legs. This one's not as flexible today. The left side needs help. That's okay, that's why we're here. Go ahead and just bend forward at the waist. It's not a competition. Deep breath in. Let it out. Nice work, you guys. Okay, so now we're going to transition to the floor. If you want to stay seated, you can. Everything I'm going to do on the floor, you can do on the chair or standing. So let's come down. Today we're going to work on a little bit of upper body strength, okay? So I don't want you to be scared, okay? Just follow along and do the best you can. So we're going to do the all fours on the ground. You don't even need a yoga mat for this if you don't want, okay? So we're going to breathe as we round up our spine. And then we are going to breathe out. If you were standing, you would just look at the ceiling right now with hands to your side. Just totally fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and while we're in this position, we're going to lift our right hand off the ground. And when we lift our right hand, we're going to transfer a little bit of weight to our left, but try not to go too far. We just want to stable our body. And the more still you stay, you'll be able to feel that your stomach has to engage a little bit in order to keep your body in this position. You should feel your abs turn on and your hips connected to your ribs a little bit. Let's just go one hand at a time for a few seconds. Okay, very nice. And now what we're going to do is come into a plank on our knees. So we're going to do this. Now you can totally stay here if you want. And, if you're on a bench, you can do a plank or, a chair. You could do a plank if that feels better to you. I will be here. And what we're going to do is draw our elbows in, and we're going to just slowly pull down just a couple inches and come back up. Breathe in, come up. We're just going to do a couple more of these, okay? Just 2 or 3. Okay, now we're going to come all the way down onto our stomach. Excuse me. And we're going to do a Sphinx pose with our head raised to the ceiling. Now, if you're only here, or if you're here, that is perfectly fine. You can do what you need to do for your back and your neck. Whatever feels comfortable. We're going to take, make sure your elbows are under your shoulders. We're going to take 5 deep breaths here, and I want you to feel the breath into your back, okay? As you breathe out, feel your abs contract and meet the mat harder or the ground harder. Okay, so now we're going to come off those elbows and just rest our head down. And we're going to bring one leg up and down, up and down, up and down, up. And now if you feel like you have enough strength, you can bring one leg up and just, if you have the elbow strength, just kind of grab your leg a little bit here. If you're not flexible enough, you can just reach your arm back and just have your leg come as far as it can. You're still getting blood flows wherever you're trying, so it doesn't matter if your hand and your foot can't actually meet. That's okay. Breathe into the ground with your belly. Breathe out. Okay, other side. So let's start with our head down, bring our foot up, and then we'll try to grab it. I just want you to know, a month ago, my right shoulder couldn't even do this because I had an injury. So even just bringing your leg up is a great stretch. A couple deep breaths. And you know, one of the most important things you can do, you know what, I want to let you know that if you can't come up this way, you can turn to your side and then come up, okay? One of the most important things you can be doing during this time is breathing, because so many of us don't breathe enough, including me. So it's a great time to just focus in on that breath. So what I would like you to do now is let's take our arm, reach it over about 45 degrees, support it at the elbow, and look over your right shoulder. You can be doing this in the chair if that is where you feel comfortable, or on the bench. Okay, in fact, when I do the other side, I'm going to come up onto the bench here so you can see that it can be done anywhere. Okay, so I'm going to move my hand, support my left arm, look over my left shoulder. Okay, next we have our arms down at our sides, and we're going to look down at the ground with our back straight so you feel a nice stretch in the neck. Okay. Deep breath in and out. And now we're going to look over, keep your head down, and just turn your head to the right and look down to the ground over your right shoulder. And now let's come back center and to the other side. Look down at the ground and take a deep breath. Back straight, please. Okay, great job. I just want to thank you so much for being here today for this 10-minute gentle stretch, and I will see you next Saturday. I hope you had an amazing time and feel a lot better today. Take care, friends.